So this video is meant to serve as a super quick overview of what we do, who we are, how we help small businesses, why you should even consider it, or if you should even consider it at all. You can take a few minutes to watch this video. And if something here resonates with you, let's have a conversation. And if you're looking at it and you're like, dude, I don't want any of this, this doesn't apply to me, no problem. That's fine too. If you still want to schedule a call, see if it's a good fit, let's have a conversation. If not, no big deal. Okay. So there's a few big fundamental blocks that I need to put in place to make sure that we're all on the same page. First and foremost, after working with thousands of entrepreneurs, I've noticed some trends, and I want to talk about what some of those trends are. First is there's a cycle that we jump into as entrepreneurs. All of us have been through this cycle multiple times. Maybe some of you are still in it right now. I'm going to walk you through what that cycle is, and I'm also going to talk about our specific antidote to that cycle so that you can finally break the cycle and start one that's going to actually make you successful and get you past whatever struggle or challenge that you're facing right now at this moment. Okay, the second thing is what I call the triple N method. And this is a very simple 3-point framework that I walk every single person through, because these three things are going to change where your head's at and change where your focus is at so that you can get the results that you need. Because a lot of times as entrepreneurs, we tend to get stuck focusing on things that are not productive, things that are not moving the needle in our business. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So those are the two things that I'm going to cover here on this video. Let's get started. Okay, so there's a really important point that I need to make here. And it's that all entrepreneurs, whenever we're first starting, we get stuck in what I call the vicious entrepreneur cycle. Okay, and this may sound familiar to you because when we're getting into this, we're leaving our jobs, we're straight out of college. There's a lot of things that we just really don't know. Okay, so the first mistake that we make is we just really have no idea what we're doing. We don't know what to do. And because we don't know what to do, we start doing the wrong things. For instance, the number one goal that we really need to be focusing on as we're starting a business is bringing cash in the door. But a lot of times we're worried about our logo. We got to establish our LLC. We got to get our mission and vision statement together and all those things that probably don't really matter right now if you don't have enough cash. So we do the wrong things. And when that doesn't work, we overcomplicate everything. I'm like, well, I'm not bringing any sales in. Actually, newsflash, you're not bringing any sales in because you're not focusing on sales and lead generating activities. But we think, oh, okay, well, maybe if I go get this new AI bot or something like that, that's going to help. But that's not really true. And we keep overcomplicating everything. When overcomplicating things doesn't work, well, we just got to hustle, and we hustle ourselves to death pretty much. And so this is the vicious entrepreneur cycle. And this cycle, by the way, does repeat over and over and over and over again until and unless you break that cycle. If you're not now, you probably have been at some point in this cycle several times over and over, and the cycle repeats. So let me talk to you about what the antidote is. What I call here is the entrepreneur scaling circuit. So look, same shape, same design. We're going to do the same things, but what we're going to do is we're going to hit each of those points of the vicious entrepreneur cycle, and we're going to break them. Okay. So first step is don't know what to do. So what we do is we have a custom plan. We build a custom plan for you so that you always know exactly what you need to do, and you're never going to be guessing or wondering what comes next. The next part, we're going to do the wrong things. That's where we surround you with hands-on guidance to make sure that you're always staying on track. You always know exactly what to do next, and you always have all of your questions answered so you're never confused or going down the wrong path. Okay. The next one, we talk about overcomplicating everything. We use simple frameworks. Our brains are very primitive by design. We want to keep things simple, and we want to rely on frameworks that are flexible so that they can adapt to any situation, any market, any downturn in the economy, and in any industry. Okay. So these frameworks are simple and flexible and adaptable to anything. And then finally, we want to focus on results. Instead of hustling ourselves to death, we spend a lot of time hustling, but we're not doing the right things. And we're spending too much time spinning our wheels, staying in motion, keeping ourselves busy, if you will. This is a word I don't like, by the way, busy. A lot of times we can replace the word busy with unfocused, and it's more accurate. So what we do is we focus on activities and tasks and strategies that are going to produce an actual result for us. And if it's not going to produce a result, we're not going to do it. So we clean up hours of your day so that we're only focusing on the things that get results. And as you notice, this circuit repeats as well. So if we're doing the right things, instead of staying in this vicious entrepreneur cycle. We entered the entrepreneur scaling circuit. That circuit is going to repeat as well, because we're going to build the plan. We're going to follow along with the hands-on guidance so we don't get lost. We're going to follow simple frameworks so that we don't overcomplicate it and keep it straight line forward so that we can focus on results. Once we get those results, we build a new plan and the circuit repeats. Okay, now let's talk about the triple N method. And this is something that I developed a long time ago because I noticed that these are three things that most entrepreneurs are lacking. And if they had them, then they would be much more successful. So new perspective, quick example there. If we're holding up a wall and our face is up against it, we're not really able to see how long the wall is or how tall it is or what the way around it could possibly be. And so what we need is somebody that is maybe a little further back from the situation, maybe a little bit of higher ground, and is able to say, hey, well, just walk over here 3 steps and you'll be good. Okay. And I know you've been in situations like that before where you just need somebody else to point out the obvious. And that's your new perspective. Your business is that wall and you're holding it up. If you walk away, it's falling down, it's crashing. So sometimes you just need somebody else to take a look at this and say, hey, why don't we try it a slightly different way? And it's not that you don't know how that way is, but if I can show you what that is, then it makes a lot more sense and we can get there faster. Okay. So once we have that new perspective, we need to develop what's called a North Star. Your North Star is your guiding light. It's going to help you get through the choppy waters and the Kraken attacking you or whatever it may be, so that you're always pointed in the right direction. As entrepreneurs, the number one cause of challenges and issues, number one reason for that is distraction. And the number one reason that we get distracted is because we don't have a North Star. If you know, for instance, that your goal is, I'm going to get to $100,000 a month by December 1st, that's a good goal, right? And that's my North Star, is figuring out what are the things that I can do that are going to help me get to $100,000 a month. Then you know, when you're presented with an option, you have to ask yourself, is this decision going to lead me towards my North Star? And if the answer to that is no, then you don't do it. But if the answer to that is yes, well, yeah, that's on your path. You keep moving forward. So defining a clear North Star or a destination in your business is essential to your success. If you don't have that in place, you might as well just be running around in circles. So and then the last part, once we have our new perspective and we know what the lay of the land is, and we have our North Star and we know where we're going to go, we need something that's going to move the needle and get us there. I developed a completely separate process for this called the Precise Method. What we do is we apply that framework. It's a very simple framework to your business so that we can get a quick injection of cash really fast in your business so that you can get the boot off of your neck and you can finally focus on growing and scaling the business instead of getting into this hamster wheel of trying to create enough cash flow to get through this month so that we can get through next month and staying in survival mode. So if you're in survival mode right now, we want to take you out of that and get you into in thrival mode. I just made that up. I don't think that's a real word. So there you go. In thrival mode, guys. So that's factor one. That's what we're all about. You are factor one for your own success. That's where the phrase came from. And because I realized a long time ago, the only reason that I wasn't successful was because I wasn't taking personal responsibility for my own success. And so what we do is we create an environment where you can walk in to take ownership of exactly what you want. And we're going to give you the guidance and support and infrastructure and strategy and tactics to where you can go out and finally get it this time. You can start working on your business instead of working in it. So if that's interesting to you, go ahead and book a demo right here on this call. We'll have an honest conversation. I'm a pretty straight up guy. I'll tell you, hey, I can help you. This is what I think we can do together. Or maybe if after hearing a little bit about your situation, maybe you should wait 6 months or try this other thing entirely. Maybe we're not a good fit. I usually like working with people that like working with me. So let's have the conversation. Let's lay everything out on the table. Let's see if it's something that makes sense for us to do. If you're looking to get a quick cash injection into your business and you're looking to grow a little bit more long-term, then let's have that conversation. I'll look forward to talking to you soon. Go ahead and book a demo on this page and I'll see you there. Thanks.